Tell us, exactly why expound on that.
Because why would he even want to fight him? And who told Mike Tyson to fight anyway?
Do you think that it might have tarnished Mike's legacy in a way?
Yeah, they did.
Gervonta Davis reacted strongly when it was announced that Mike Tyson had joined Lamont Roach's team for their upcoming rematch. The news clearly upset Davis, who couldn't hide his frustration about constantly being compared to Tyson. "I have that power. I have more skills than Mike Tyson," Davis said, emphasizing that his talents deserve recognition. He feels that people don't acknowledge his abilities enough, and he's tired of being seen as just a smaller version of Tyson. "I'm not a little Mike Tyson," he insisted, making it clear that he's focused on building his own legacy in the sport. While Tyson's career is legendary, Davis wants the spotlight to shift toward his own skills and fighting style. As the rematch approaches, Davis is determined to show that he's not just following Tyson's path. He's creating his own. His frustration is real, and he's ready to prove that he's on a completely different level. Davis also didn't hold back when criticizing Mike Tyson's decision to fight Jake Paul, calling it a stain on Tyson's legendary career. "Who told Mike Tyson to fight anyway?" he asked, expressing disbelief that Tyson, one of the greatest boxers ever, would step into the ring with a celebrity like Jake Paul, who has no real boxing experience. For Davis, Tyson's decision to take on Paul hurt his reputation in the boxing world. Davis believes Tyson's legacy should remain untarnished by such controversial fights, and that boxing should remain focused on true talent and skill, not sideshows. His strong words reflect his desire to protect the sport and its respected fighters from unnecessary distractions.
Davis, a lot of people say he reminds you of them. Does he remind you of yourself?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just getting in trouble with the law. Other than that, no.
When Mike Tyson was asked if Gervonta Davis reminded him of himself, given how often they're compared, Tyson laughed and replied, I don't know. Just maybe getting in trouble with the law." Tyson made it clear that while they may have similar personal struggles, their boxing styles are very different. He dismissed the idea that Davis's approach to the sport was like his, stating that Davis has his own unique fighting style. Tyson also emphasized that no two fighters are the same, even if they share similar backgrounds outside the ring. While he acknowledged Davis's talent, Tyson made it clear that the comparisons between the two in terms of boxing
face off against one another. One guy was a massive favorite, had taken a loss, and was seen to be too small, right? And I'm talking about Evander Holyfield versus Iron Mike Tyson. Iron Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield was a major fight. But Iron Mike Tyson was viewed as a destroyer, okay? He was the baddest man on the planet. He was indestructible. The fact that he lost to James Buster Douglas was an anomaly because Mike Tyson wasn't focused and
People have started comparing the first fight between Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis to the famous Tyson versus Holyfield matchup. Both fights featured a heavily favored fighter going up against an underdog. Just as Tyson was seen as an unstoppable force in his prime, Davis was expected to easily overpower Roach. But just like Tyson's shocking loss to Buster Douglas, Davis faced unexpected challenges in his first fight with Roach, leaving fans wondering if he was as dominant as they thought. Holyfield, seen as the underdog against Tyson, managed to frustrate Tyson and ultimately win. Similarly, in the Roach versus Tank fight, Roach showed unexpected resilience, making Davis uncomfortable for the first time. While Davis didn't lose, Roach was able to land clean punches and made it clear that Tank wasn't as invincible as many thought.
Now, Lamont Roach didn't get the victory, but he frustrated Tank Davis, and we never seen Tank Davis look like that in the fight. He hit him with a shoulder bar. He tried to bite him at one point in time in the 6th round. He took a ill-advised knee and didn't get counted in the 9th round, right? A lot of things took place. He never truly hurt Lamont Roach, hit him with good, clean punches. but never got hurt. Lamont Roach ate the punches, similar to
Both of these fights highlight the toughness of the underdogs. Just as Holyfield pushed Tyson to his limits, Roach demonstrated his ability to challenge Davis, sparking debates about what these fighters are truly capable of when facing adversity. With the rematch on the horizon, fans are curious if history will repeat itself.
It's a secret Lamont Roach knows. Tank can go get you if you're running away, because Tank is very good at knowing the distance where he has most leverage on his punches. If you think about Mike Tyson is strange to say, but he wasn't great with his power when he was very close on the inside. Mike Tyson was a mid-range puncher. That's why Mike Tyson could go in from a distance and step in and knock you out. But when y'all close, Mike Tyson didn't really have all his power in there. Neither does Tank. So if you're backing up, Tank can go get you. Other than that, Tank has to counter you. That's how Tank knocked out Rody. That's how Tank knocked out Ryan Garcia. That's how Tank hurt Mario Barrios and started that shit, that snowball. That's how Tank knocked out Leo Santa Cruz. That's why Tank talks so much. He needs you punch.
Showbiz the Adult recently mentioned that Lamont Roach has a unique understanding of how to beat Gervonta Davis. According to Showbiz, Roach knows Tank's fighting style better than most and could have the key to neutralizing his strengths. Davis is excellent at controlling the distance, staying just out of reach while landing powerful punches. This style is similar to Mike Tyson's, who was known for his knockout power but struggled when opponents got too close. Showbiz pointed out that if Roach can close the distance and avoid Tank's long-range punches, he could limit Tank's ability to land his usual devastating blows. According to Showbiz, this strategy could give Roach an advantage in a rematch, and it's something only Roach fully understands.
You the mini Mike Tyson?
Nah.
So he knocked people out real quick. You knock people out real quick.
Yeah, but I can knock you out like...
So you saying that you can knock him out faster than Mike Tyson, probably, if it was a challenge?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, Mike Tyson got power and skills. I feel as though like I have like the whole package. Like I have, Mike Tyson don't have like, you know? I think so.
So, what's your message to Brandon?
Who?
Brandon.
What Brandon?
I know. Brandon is the nigga that whooped my ass. If you could say something to him real quick.
When we catch you, Brandon,
Gervonta Davis has made bold statements in recent interviews, claiming that while Mike Tyson was skilled, he believes he has the full package in boxing. Davis says his combination of power and boxing IQ makes him a more complete fighter than Tyson. He argues that his ability to read the ring and adapt during fights gives him an edge over Tyson in terms of strategy. However, Tyson is widely regarded as one of the greatest boxers in history, known for his speed, power, and ability to intimidate opponents. For someone like Davis, still in the prime of his career, to claim he surpasses Tyson in boxing IQ might seem like a challenge to Tyson's legacy. It could also be a way for Davis to distinguish himself from Tyson and build his own identity in the sport. While he may be trying to elevate his status, Davis's comments risk disrespecting Tyson, who has already cemented his place as a boxing legend.
It's signed and ready to go for the rematch, correct?
Y'all play so many head games, it's not even fun. Let me tell you something, bro. Lamont Roach has never been this big of a fighter before. Everyone knows Lamont Roach now. So he could be reaping the benefits of just enjoying his status of having that draw with Tank, while Tank is the one with the eye of the tiger. Tank is probably in the gym training his ass off, and then sign the contract like, all right, we got to fight when? June. Oh shit, let's hurry up and dash your ass. Sugar Ray Leonard did that to Roberto Duran. Duran was told that he had a fight in a couple weeks, and he was like, dude, I'm 190 pounds in Panama, which is why Roberto Duran was out of shape in the No Mas fight and was like, no mas. So Tank could be over there working, sign the contract in 3 weeks, and all of a sudden Lamont Roach got to put a train.
There's been a lot of talk about the similarities between Mike Tyson and Gervonta Davis, especially with Tyson now reportedly helping Lamont Roach for his rematch with Tank. Tyson's involvement in Roach's camp could give Roach a major advantage, as Tyson's experience and insight could provide strategies to counter Davis's strengths. Tyson's legendary status could make this move a game changer, potentially giving Roach the edge he needs in the rematch. Showbiz the Adult suggested that Tank might be playing mind games with Roach to throw him off before the fight. Davis is known for his confidence and psychological tactics, and this could be an attempt to unsettle Roach. This mental battle could be just as important as the physical preparation, as Tank looks for every advantage before.
Roach definitely earned my respect tonight. Definitely one of the first fighters to put Tank to the test. Just matching fire with fire. That was a good fight. For me, I need to see a rematch ASAP. But yeah, Tank definitely took the knee, 100%. I see Roach winning that 7th fight personally, but boxing is business, so they were never gonna let him have that win. Roach's timing was on point though. No easy knockouts tonight. Sharp counters, like, very good fighter, very good fighter. Let me know what you guys think if that robbery.
Lamont Roach has shown he's a serious contender with the ability to challenge Tank Davis. In their first fight, Roach even made Tank uncomfortable, forcing him to take a knee at one point. That moment demonstrated Roach's resilience and his ability to disrupt Tank's rhythm. However, in boxing, promotions and opportunities often play a big role in who gets title shots and big paydays. While Roach's strong performance earned him respect, the business side of boxing can sometimes decide who gets the next opportunity, regardless of skill or potential.
I look for a tough fight in the next fight, but I still see Gervonta winning. I think Gervonta will win in a little easier this time. But Roach is a heck of a fighter. He's going to give everybody a hard, anybody that fights is going to give a hard time. But I do think that Davis had an off night.
I spoke to Eddie Hearn and he said he wanted to make the Shakur-Tank fight straight away. Obviously now Tank's going into the rematch. That won't happen yet. But when it does happen, Eddie's still adamant that could happen this year or straight after the Roach fight. How do you see that fight playing out?
Between who?
Shakur and Tank.
I still think Tank is the elite in the division. It's a difficult fight also, but I don't think Shakur will be as difficult as a Roach.
Abel Sanchez, a respected boxing trainer, has shared his thoughts on the upcoming rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach. While many expect Tank to dominate in the rematch, Sanchez believes Tank simply had an off night during their first fight. He's confident that Tank will come in more prepared and focused, making it easier for him to win this time around. Sanchez feels that Tank's talent is far superior to Roach's, and that any struggles in the first fight were more about Tank not being his best, rather than Roach being a better fighter. Sanchez expects Tank to correct any mistakes in the first fight and prove why he's one of the top fighters in the division.
Tank wins in the rematch. Why? I think he'll make the right adjustments and he won't take too long to fight. He kind of gave a lot of the round away sometime. I think he'll be more active and then he'll win. But big props to Roach for his last fight and performance. Fuck, I'm surprised everybody.
Right.
I think he was robbed from the victory. Again, that knockdown should have been a knockdown.
Right.
But whatever, he gets a rematch, and maybe they get a third fight, after that. Who knows? Maybe
it turns the market back out.
Maybe it turns out to be another great fucking matchup, and they say, let's run it back.
Right.
And maybe that controversy from the first fight actually helps Roach get 3 fights out of it instead of just the one, or you never know. So hey, things happen for a reason, and I think he did really well in his first one. Hopefully he puts on a great fight, even if he were to lose, but in a great...
Mikey Garcia recently shared his thoughts on the rematch, predicting that Gervonta Davis will win by making adjustments to his strategy. Garcia pointed out that Tank didn't fight at his best in their first encounter and gave away too many rounds. He's confident that Tank will come into the rematch more active and focused, making it easier for him to win. Garcia also gave credit to Roach for his strong performance, even suggesting that Roach may have been robbed of a win, particularly due to a knockdown that wasn't counted. Garcia believed that the controversy surrounding the first fight could work in Roach's favor, adding extra tension to their rivalry. This could lead to a trilogy between the two, creating more opportunities for Roach and potentially sparking a lasting rivalry. That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates.